So hello everyone, Myrmonden, welcome to my review of Ballroom episode 20. Another really good episode, and I liked it all the way through. It's a very comedic episode though, more drama and comedic, more than like sport and like the tension and so on. It's much more about the comedy and the characters growing and so on. For example, of course, like both Aki-chan, more flashback on her, and her losing and everything like that. And of course she's like cheering on and stuff like that. They're also seeing Aki-chan's partner with his wife. Not much story, but still some flashback as well and so on. But I think the episode was very good overall. But first thing to talk about, right, obviously she's gonna lose. That's very obvious that Aki would lose. And I don't mind that because it's just like, yeah, she wasn't really on the level of the one and so on. But anyway, it's what I mentioned, it's still right. I mean, yeah, with her having this flashback, and then especially, but I was even before that, but especially when we have them, she has to say, hey, Tatara, let's cheer them on. Like, in that scene, okay, she's absolutely gonna lose. There's no way the female main character is gonna cheer on like a kind of lover, rival, weird, Yuri, everything, and that obviously that's gonna like, push her out, right? Because she's doing it because she knows that she has lost, right? So not only of course, but I mean one thing generally is that she can easily cheer on her old friend, partner, rival, all of those things, because she knows there is no issue anymore, for her at least, because she's like, well, you're gonna lose now, so I can try to make her happy, right? So, yeah. So, of course, she's gonna lose. But anyway, I liked it because it was like, yeah, it's like she was kind of carried by Shi-chan, obviously, and her partner isn't a bad dancer, but it's not one of those, like, let's call him, like, superhuman dancer, like Tatara with amazing potential, or, of course, like Kondo, Yoda, or all the guys, they're, Kagimaya, they're supposed to be like super potential, best dancer of the year and like that. He's more like a typical hard-working guy with, some talent, right? So of course they won't really kind of succeed. So yeah, so it makes sense. And so I think it was really great then, seeing that Shi-san is identifying that, okay, I kind of hurt her feelings. She kind of loves me. We used to be best friends and partners. We did everything together. And so the whole part of she's cheering them on there as Tatara, like, come on, let's do it together. That was really great. So I love that scene. And afterwards, you could see them being together. Actually, kind of forcing her in there, but still them together, them together, and so on. So that was great. That I think was really awesome. But anyways, first let's talk about the flashback. Before forget it, Aksa flashback. Yeah, it was pretty sad. Her crying and so on. And it kind of goes back and forth again to her. I was like, does she love Shi-san or does she want to be her? And I kind of feel the conclusion I have generally is that she is envious at Shi-san. She wants what she has and also kind of wants her. And she's very jealous of Tatara. So Tatara is taking what she wants, right? She wants Shi-san. So she kind of wants to be Tatara and also Shi-san in the same way. So yeah, it's weird, but it's all up there. And but I kind of like the conclusion then. They lose, and they kind of bury the hatch a bit there. So I like it a lot. And one thing I want to mention too, which I actually really enjoyed, was the animation changes. I like the whole like Attack on Titan kind of faces they're doing every now and then. It's kind of weird. I love that. And then this whole weird scene where Aki-chan kind of whistles her into their kind of coupling thing, goes in there, and then it has like weird back hug on Shi-san. And the animation is completely different, right? It's like, what's happening? But I felt it looked great. I felt it was like a weird comedic moment. I mean, I think they made the comedy much better. So I think that was awesome. And even again, later on, we have the daughter of, sorry, I can't remember his name, but the Aksa's partner. And her name, definitely, I can't know her name, honestly. But yeah, she is, I guess, has a crush on Tatara. And she steals him down in like a microwave. If you watch Blend S, before I watched this like a few hours earlier, this kind of sadistic evil look, but just trying to flirt with him. So there's yet another like kind of animation style here, or like a different kind of faces and portraying and so on. So it's very interesting. It had like 3 or 4 different, quite different ones, plus the normal of course, and then dancing and so on. So it's very interesting how they kind of swept through all of them. Very interesting, yeah. But overall, I think the episode was absolutely very comedic. Probably one of the fun episodes in this anime. I mean, I loved, my favorite in the episode was absolutely when Shisa's father is talking to Tatara, right? I'm laughing thing about it. I love that scene when he enters there. The first time he met their father, right? And it's kind of awkward because he's not dating his daughter, but he's spending a lot of time with his daughter, right? He's spending a lot of time together with her, and they've been doing this like camp at Cosmorex' house. And yes, they weren't living together, but they were living next doors. And it's kind of like, it's obviously kind of like, are you doing my daughter kind of feel to it? So it's, first of all, it's just kind of awkward. And he's like, she's my best friend. And he's like trying to deflect. Tatara is a very, nice guy. He's quite shy, introvert. Right? He's just trying to like deflect it. But like, she's just my best friend, sir. I would never touch her in any proper way. I touch her all the time, but not in the other way. So that was great. But especially that her father being like the troll is like going down like, you like her in the new red dress, right? Oh yeah, she's very good, sir, in the red dress. How is he looking at wedding dress, eh? Well, she would look great, but yeah, wedding, yes. I just like how her dad is makes him worse there. Well, it's provoking him. It's like, yeah, she should get married, maybe. She likes you. It's like, I just love the whole thing. It was funny. And of course, her mom's also there. Not as much, but it's also like, yeah, first friend. So I think it was awesome. The whole scenery there, it was great. And then of course, because the interest in Tatara hasn't really mentioned much about like being interested in dating her or Mako-chan and so on. Even Sengoku was like, pushing him all the time. It's like, she's pretty your age, cute girl, and so on. So I like the whole thing there when they enter. They're thinking about the score thing there, and of course it was Kumaya later on. That it doesn't matter. Kugumaya, the whole thing, that he's like, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so what's that thing? He enters the other room and he sees that lovey-dovey partners are kind of like, like they're dancers, but they're also lovers. And he's like, maybe I could date Shisan. So I like the whole thing. Yeah, after entering, leaving, leaving the whole her family thing there, which obviously felt kind of awkward for him. And it's kind of like, wait, do you think I date her? I'm like, oh no. And then it's like, I could never date my partner, right? And then he's like, they are dating and they're partners. Maybe I could. So I like the whole thing. I like the whole thing there. Get some retrospective in his mind there. Be like, wait a minute. She's pretty awesome. I was like, whoa. But yeah, that thing was really hilarious. And also then, there's more jokes there with like Hodo doing the massage thing, breaking his bone. It's like a yaoi moment there where he's like, don't struggle, boy, I got you. It's like, no, don't do it to me. I've never done it before. But yeah, but I'm gonna teach you how to do it. Don't worry. Just I'll be gentle. Yeah, the whole thing there is like super yaoi, right? He's doing super yaoi. I mean, I can just see people doing like Yoshida hentai and that right now. It's like probably very cis, but I can see it happening. It's just like that moment there. All the lines too are like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's like, don't worry, don't struggle. And it's like, oh, no, that's before. Don't worry, I will teach you. It's like all the lines there are pretty much like, and then you see all the girls like eating bananas too, and they're like, oh yeah, banana, not looking away like, we're not seeing anything. This is fun at all. I was like, what? It was funny, but it's like, man, it's going in a lot of other sport anime direction, right? Like Kurikan no Basket or like Yo Must Pedal, where it's like every damn second line is like a yaoi reference pretty much. But anyway, then we had the whole thing with Kugamaya then. So we had the whole thing. And I agree with Kugamaya, it's an interesting point, right? It's like, it doesn't really matter if you get like 25 or 26 points or whatever. It doesn't matter at all because it matters until the final, right? If you have minus 5 points in the final, it doesn't matter. It's the final, they will win. Because they can just go up there and then they do the whole thing again, right? So it's like, no, that is newbie talk, man. It's newbie talk, boy. We're gonna settle this in the actual battle so you can get into them. So I guess spend right on that. Not super important. I felt that whole thing. Not really. But yeah, overall. So yes, this is kind of my tension episode. Overall, it's a very funny episode. Some more scenes there. Before I forget the flashback. Yes, we had Aki-chan crying, so I mentioned earlier. It was kind of sad, but also just kind of weird, the whole back and forth if she loves her or wants to be her or so on. But mainly, I also liked it there when she overhears, right, her partner there, and he's like, oh, he has a dance partner and so on. And she's like, oh yeah. And she's like, I know how to get a new dance partner. I was like, yeah, that was great, because we saw in the last flashback, she was like, oh, I'm chubby and no one likes me. And now she's like, well, I used to be chubby, even though I'm like pretty fit because I dance a lot, but I have my plot assets. So it's like, it's like, oh, you old man, you wanna dance with a young girl? And the part is like, what is happening? Oh, that was great too. Oh, that was nice. That's how you get your partner. I guess he's probably like 20s older or something. But generally, that scene also led to actually good scenes as well there. I mentioned it briefly earlier, but say emphasis on the end, forget it. That was good as well. The whole thing there, not just seeing that, but also afterwards, seeing how she is like, kind of like a little embarrassed about pushing him so much, and it's like, sorry, I used to. It's like, oh, it's fine, honey. I get you were upset, but we're good friends now, and like apologizing to her. To his wife, right? Kind of bowing for her. It's like, sorry, I know I stepped over and so on. Kind of, it was but yeah, it's also great. So overall, a really good episode. Very story driven, very character driven. Sorry, character driven. I guess is the right word. Yeah, very very character driven. So anyway, I think it's a great episode, and I guess they're gonna probably win in the end, though. I think it's an anime only ending, but I think they're gonna win in the end. So anyway, see you guys next week and have a great day.